Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Okay, guys. Then what we completed there? I think so. In the first application here we completed. Okay, first application here we completed. Right, sir. Now we have to provide like what there. Another example here I have to prepare no. Then but application is not available here. Let me paste that application also. Now let me open my Eclipse IDE. Eclipse. Now okay, let me open it. Guys, please all of you respond for me. All of you are get my voice on screen clearly. Please all of you respond for me. All of you are get my voice on screen. Okay. Right, sir. Just give a minute of time. Now let me copy this example into our document so that at least some part here we are able to see that. Now here AP01 employee.java. Then after that employee.hbm.xml mapping file here I want to get. Copy this. Next one is hibernate dot cfg.xml. hibernate.cfg.xml. Then after that, what we have to provide there? Test.java. Right. Total application is okay, fine. Now this is like what I'm telling to you. This first application here we completed, guys. Now observe carefully. Inside this first application, guys, understand this. Then what I have used here now? Just what exactly the operation here I performed here? Operation which I performed is just a save operation I performed here. Got my point or not? What's that operation here we performed here? Save operation here I performed now. Alright, so understand this clearly. Here the save operation is available. Got my point or not? Right, sir. Not only the save operation. If you want to perform, some operations there, persistence operations in our application, what methods are available to insert an object into the database? Save is available. Then other one is like what there? Persist is available. Am I right or not? How many methods are available to insert a record into the database table now? How many methods are available to insert a record into the database table now? Two methods are available. What are the two methods? Can know? First one is like what their save, and second one is like what their persist. These two methods are existed here. Yes, guys, got my point or not? Okay, they are the two methods now. Now here we have one important interview question. What is that interview question here? Now tell me what exactly the difference between save method and persist method. This is a question, guys. What exactly the difference between save method and persist method? This question here we have to answer clearly. Yes, sir. All of you get my point or not? What exactly the difference between save and persist? Now you only tell me. Any idea? Tell me, guys. Any idea for this? Difference between save and persist. Right. Exactly. Persist method is from JPA. Sure. It doesn't return any value. Okay, it is not returning any value. But is that persist method is from JPA or normal from Hibernate? Okay. Right, sir. Now here I'm going to give clarity. Only the point is like what there. Save method will return the primary key value after saving that record. Save method is able to insert a record into the database table, but it will return primary key value in the form of serializable. Okay, but persist method is able to insert a record into the database table, but it will not return any value. It will not return any value. So means that save method is giving confirmation for us. Save method is giving confirmation for us that record is inserted or not. But in the case of persist method, we are not getting any primary key value there. There is no confirmation for it, but it may be, may not be. Understand, guys, what I'm telling there? Okay, but whatever it may be. So here it able to return like what there, it able to return like what there something. Finally, save method is returning some primary key value, but persist method is not returning any primary key value. Right, so now let me observe carefully. Let me check this one again. Save is only for Hibernate, but persist is for JP also. Uh, Melvin, now please recognize this. That save or persist is both the methods are available in which one there? Now tell me. We are calling save persist, both are available in what there, and which we are calling the save method and persist method. Save method is available here, right? And session only we are calling. Am I right or not? Session only we are able to get it. Am I right or not? Persist also I'm going to call on what their session. Is that session is coming from JPA or Hibernate? This a session is coming from JPA or Hibernate? Understand it? No. The session is coming from what their Hibernate, arc.hibernate. Of course, in the case of JPA, maybe persist method is available. Maybe that persist method, see, similar method, same names may be available in multiple technologies there, but we cannot say that persist method inside this Hibernate. Okay, fine. That maybe in the case of JPA also persist method is available. That's okay. That's up to what they know. That implementation of the persist method inside the JPA as per the JPA conventions. Now this is what they know. This persist method is available inside what their session. That session is coming from what their Hibernate. So inside this Hibernate, that persist method is implemented separately. Okay. Anyway, then same names may be available, but in two different cases. No, not like that. Anyway, guys, then the point here, what I'm telling to you clearly, right? Exactly. Here the point, what I'm telling to you. Here we are having a question. What is our question here? Understand it? No. What is the difference between what is the difference between save method and a persist method? Save method and persist method in a Hibernate. Right. Right. Now let me provide answer for this. Okay. Right. So now I want to check each and every possibilities of this. Already application is available. Now try to understand it. Now let me open my database also there. What database we have used, guys? SQL plus system/Durga. Now okay. Select a star from EMP1. Record is already existed or not? 111 AA 5000, but this record is already existed. Yes. Okay, fine. Now understand this clearly. Understand clearly. Alright, sir. Same record again I want to insert. Is it possible to allow this record here? Right, sir. In the database, is it allowed or not allowed? Okay, before that, now here I want to get what there value here, primary key value here I want to get. What is that primary key value actually? Employee number. Now it will be like what there enter pk val is equal to, here we have to perform some typecasting. Understand it here. Cast to enter. That's sufficient. Integer cast is okay, fine. Here we are getting that primary key value here. Whatever the primary key value here we are getting there, then I'm able to display even the primary key value. System.out.println of primary key value. That is the written value actually. That value here I'm going to provide what there pk val. Right. Right. First of all, I want to delete this record also there. Delete from. Then what next one here? EMP1. So commit operation here. No record is available here as of now. Select a star from EMP1. Observe carefully. No record is available here. So now let me execute this. Now here, if I run this example, then we are able to insert the record. We are able to get primary key value. Let me check this. So primary key value is what there 111 we are getting. Employee inserted successfully, that we are getting there. That's okay, fine. Now observe carefully. I want to re-execute the same program here. Definitely we have to get an exception in general. In general, we have to get an exception here. unique constraint exception here we are getting violated. Unique constraint exception is violated here. Okay, this is could not execute JDBC batch update. Why? Because unique constraint in the sense like what there, duplicate primary key is identified here, so it is not allowed here. There is an exception here we are getting there. Clear or not? Okay, fine. Now this is what exactly the method about what they know, save method. The exception here we are getting anyway. Now let me check in the case of this persist method. Now let me delete this record here. Select a star from already record is inserted there previously. We are getting it now. Now let me delete from EMP1. No problem. Commit operation. Now understand it. Select a star from EMP1. No record is available. Right, guys. Now understand this clearly. Now I want to go for like what there, session dot persist of what object here we have to provide there, employee object I have to provide. Now again no primary key value is required here. No primary key value is required here. Now let me check it. The record is going to be inserted here now. That's it. Then what we are getting there, employee inserted successfully. There we can check it. The same data here we are able to get 111 AA 5000 and elevate. Definitely here also be, if I'm trying to execute the program again here, definitely here what we are able to get, here also be here we are expecting an exception here. Unique constant exception here now. Get my point or not? So here this persist method is not returning any value and save method is returning what they know, some value here we can understand. Okay, this is what exactly the difference here we can understand clearly. Right, so the first point is what they both save method, persist method are used to, both the save method and persist methods are used to insert an object into the database, but save method will return the inserted primary key value in the form of serializable, and a persist method will not return any value. Persist method will not return any value. That's enough. This is the small difference here we can identify clearly. All right, yes, now this is completed. After that, so this is a program for what there, just a save or persist. Save and persist, these two things here we completed, guys. Understand it clearly. Next one is, after completion of this, I want to go for some other, for the sake of your practice, guys, I'm going to use might be some other application here. I'm going to prepare some other application there for the sake of your practice. I'm going to use some other application for the sake of our content. Now try to understand this now, guys. And shall we prepare again that almost the same application right from scratch? But here I want to go for some conventions, some other conventions here I want to use. What conventions here I want to use there? Now try to understand it, guys. Observe carefully. New project here I want to prepare, guys. Now time to give subs to me. New Java project I want to create, guys. All of you there? No response from everybody. Right. Now I want to give app02. Just for the sake of your awareness, I'm creating again the same thing. Next button, then click on finish button. Don't create anyway. Project is created, guys. Huh. Now observe carefully, all of you know. This is a normal Java project, but I want to make it is what they. I want to make it is Hibernate project. So what I have to do? I want to make it is what their Hibernate project. So what I have to do? We need to add what there? Jars here we have to add. Right, sir. We need to add what there? Jar files here we have to add. Understand clearly. Alright, sir. Then how I'm going to add jar files? No. But for example, if I want to prepare 10 projects there, every time I have to add the same jars or not? Every time I have to add the jar files, same jar files or not? Yeah, that I feel burden every time searching for the jars and adding the jars to the project. Yeah, that I feel burden. That's why I want to prepare one user defined library with all the jar files. That user defined library I want to attach to my project every time. Instead of searching for the jars, instead of adding the jars every time, no, I want to prepare one user defined library. In that library, I want to keep all the jar files, no. Then I want to attach that user defined library to my project every time without searching for jars every time here. So I want to prepare what their user defined library. Now let me prepare that user defined library. How sir, are we able to prepare this user defined library, guys? Now tell me, we have to go for properties here. There we have to go for Java build path, libraries. Then inside this library, then what we have to do there? Class path. Now tell me, or what we have to do there? Add a library. Let me go for what there? Add a library. Add library. Inside this library, what we have to provide there, guys? Now tell me, user library. JRE system library in the sense Java related thing. Now this is what their user library. Click on this next button. User libraries. Alright, sir. No libraries exist as of now. Click on new. Then here we have to provide this. Hibernate 3 lib. Hibernate 3 lib. That's my library. Hibernate 3 lib. Okay. Click on what that one here. Click on OK. Library is created. But here we need to add the jar files or not. We have to add number of jar files. Now select it. Now click on add additional jars. To this library, we have to add the additional jars. Click on this add additional jars. Then here we have to provide like what there. OJDB say dot jar file is anyway required. That is one thing. Okay. Then after that, again here select it. Add additional jars. Let's go for like what their E drive. Insert this E drive. Then we have to go for softwares. Insert the softwares frameworks. Insert the frameworks Hibernate. Insert this Hibernate 3 jar file is required anyway. This is one thing. Okay, open it. Again here select this Hibernate 3, then add additional jars. Now Hibernate 3 is okay. Lib. Insert this lib. What we required here? Required. All we have to add. Right, sir. Again here we have to select what the Hibernate 3. Add additional jars. Then here we have to go for one more thing, but not mandatory, but conceptually here we are adding that. Another one here we added. So OJDB say Hibernate 3 jar file, like everything here we added here in our program. Right. So now this is completed. Apply and close. Hibernate 3 jar file is available. Click on this one. Here this is available inside the class path here. Apply and close. Now here Hibernate 3 lib. Here we are getting there. Inside this Hibernate 3, these many jar files are existed. Right, sir. Now onwards, whenever we are preparing project now, I don't want to check every time that Hibernate jar files here. Simply I'm trying to add this Hibernate 3 lib to the respective application. Right, sir. I'm trying to add that Hibernate 3 lib to what they know the respective application. This is the point here now. Right, yes. Now tell me. All of you now tell me how I'm going to prepare my products here. How I'm going to prepare all my content here. First of all, let me prepare like what there SRC and new package here I want to prepare. What package here I have to prepare there? Now here it will be com dot Durgasoft dot app2 dot. Then what we have to prepare there? There we have to prepare some beans or not? Definitely here we require what they know beans. Beans we require here, or entities here we require now. Anyway, entities we require. Now inside this entity, what we require here? Employee is only we required. Now class employee here we have to take. What is this employee now? Employee class. Nothing is required. Just properties and status and getters here we require there. Then inside this, then what we have to do there? Private int envo, private string ename. Then what next one here? Private float echal. Then private string eaddr. That we have taken. Then after that, here what we have to do there? Right click here and source generate getters and setters. Select all and generate. Now this here we are getting there. That's okay, fine. Bean is ready. Next one is what persistence class is ready. Then what next one, guys? Then after this persistence class, no. Then here we have to prepare mapping file. Guys, now tell me, how we are able to get this mapping file here? No. To prepare this mapping files and all the things, no. Now here what we have to create there? We need to create a source folder or not? New, then source folder here we have to create. Then what's the name of the source folder here? No, resources. Guys, all of you are following this step, no? Resources is the thing here we are going to prepare now. Right, sir. Insert these resources here, click on this finish button. Insert this here we have to provide like what there, right click on it. Now here we have to provide like what there, new, and we have to provide a file. That means XML file here we have to provide XML file. Now open it. Here I have to provide like what there, employee dot HBM dot XML. Next button and finish button. Now here we are getting this. Now tell me, guys, all of you know, from where we have to get XSD or DDL. That means a dog type definition, DTD. DTD only. Hibernate 3 supporting for what there, DTD. From where we have to get this DTD, no? In the last class I said to you, from where we have to get the DTD. No need to search in the internet. In the same project here we have to get it, DTD. Any idea from where we are able to get the DTD? Now here we have to go for the jar files, Hibernate library. Insert this Hibernate library, go for hibernate3.jar file. Insert this hibernate3 arg.hibernate. If you open there, at bottom here we can identify hibernate mapping 3.0.dtd. Inside this, now here we had some commented doc type definitions available. Just copy this. Now keep this here. Now just close this. Right, yes. Now tell me. After that, here what we have to take there? No, hibernate mapping here we have to take or not? That's the root tag. The root tag is available here. After this doc type definition, the root tag is existed here. Okay, fine. Then insert this. Then what we have to take, guys? Now tell me. Here we have to take a class or not? Insert this class. What we have to provide there? Here we have to provide name. Name is what their fully qualified name of the respective employee. Here we have taken there. Com dot Durgasoft dot abb02 dot entities dot employee. Next one, table is equal to emp1. Inside this, then what we have to take is, now tell me, id attribute here we have to take there. Inside this id attribute, then what we are able to provide there, name is equal to envo. That means property name is like what the envo. Guys, now my property name is envo. My database column name is also envo. Is it required to specify any column attribute here? Is it required to specify any column attribute here? No, not required to specify column attribute. ID is equal to ID, name is equal to envo. Same property name and column name both are same. If the property name and column name both are same, there we can provide like what they know. Name is equal to en. That means directly we can avoid column attribute. Not required to provide that column attribute. Okay, fine. Next one is here we have to provide property name. Then what we have to provide there, e name. That's sufficient. Same column name is also same, very same. Property name is equal to e shall. Right, sir. Property name is equal to EADDR. Alright, sir. My mapping file is completed there. Understand it clearly. After this, what file here we have to prepare, guys? Now tell me. Mapping file is okay. Then what one here we have to prepare there? What file here we have to prepare? Configuration file here we have to prepare. How we are going to prepare this configuration file? Right click on resources and a new. Then we have to provide like what there? An XML file. XML file. Next button. What's the name of the configuration file, guys? What's the name of the configuration file? Previously we provided hibernate.cfg.xml, but this time I want to provide like what there myconfig.xml. Is it mandatory to use only hibernate.cfg.xml file now? Can I use this myconfig.xml file? Right, sir. Now here I've used what there myconfig.xml that we have provided here. Okay, myconfig.xml file here we provided. Right, understand this clearly. Then what next one here? Whenever we are providing myconfig.xml file, tell me guys, then what we have to do there now? So here we have to provide doc type definition. What that from where here we have to get the doc type definition here now? Right. Then we have to go for like what there? Again here Hibernate library. Insert this hibernate3.jar file. Insert this hibernate3.jar file here we have to go for what there? Hibernate at the end configuration file that we can open. Now here directly we are getting like what there? This particular one. Copy. Now insert this my config here we have to provide the data. Let me delete it. Okay. Right, sir. Then what we have to provide there? First of all, here we have to provide all the configuration details or not? Come on, guys. Now here we have to provide all configuration details or not? Definitely here we have to provide configuration details. Then what is the root tag inside this no Hibernate configuration? Then inside this Hibernate configuration, what is required here no session factory. Right, sir. Inside the session factory, what we have to provide there? Inside the session factory, here we have to provide like what there. Come on, guys. What we have to provide there? Inside the session factory, we need to go for property or not? Property here we have to provide. What property here we have to provide there? Name of the property is what there? Hibernate dot connection dot driver underscore class. What's the driver class name here we have to provide? Oracle dot jdbc dot Oracle driver that we have to provide. Next one is property name is equal to hibernate dot connection dot URL. Hibernate dot connection dot URL that we have to provide. Now what is that URL here we have to provide there? jdbc colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate localhost colon 1521 colon xe. Right, sir. My database. Now this is the configuration here. Next one is then what next one here? Property. Right. So now here what we have to provide there? Hibernate dot connection dot then username. What is that username here? We are providing there. That username would be like system. Now here we have to provide like what there? Property name is equal to hibernated dot connection dot password. Then here we can provide like what there? Durga. All connection properties here we completed. No. Now here we have to provide dialect configuration. Property name is equal to hibernate dot dialect. It's not connection property. Arg dot hibernate dot Oracle dialect. That Oracle dialect is the latest one that we can understand clearly. Right, sir. Then after that, what next one? No? Mapping configurations here we have to provide. Mapping here what we have to provide, resource. Directly mapping file name here we have to provide. What about this mapping file name, employee.hbm.xml. Right, guys. Now this is what we completed there clearly. Okay. Right, sir. Then what we have to provide there? No dialect here we have to provide arg.hibernate dot dialect dot Arabic dialect. Right, sir. Now this configuration file is also be completed here. Anything else inside the configuration file? No? Anything inside the configuration file here? Anything inside the configuration file, guys? Now tell me. Okay. Right, sir. These details are sufficient. No, next one we need to prepare like what there client application. Right, sir. Now okay, let me prepare this package. No, right click on it and a new package here. Com dot Durgasoft dot abb02 dot test. Inside this package here, we have to get like what the right click here and a new a class. I need to prepare the class. The class name is like what the test. Main method is required. Click on finish button. Right, sir. Now inside this, then what we have to prepare there? We have to provide our total logic. Now okay, I'm going to use like what there throws exception, or else we can use try catch finally. In the case if any exception is raised here, we can use like anything. Okay, either we can use try catch finally, or we can use like what there throws keywords. All right, sir. Anything is possible. Okay. Then what next one here after completion of this? Come on, guys. Now first of all, what object here I have to create? Now tell me step by step. Then everybody has to respond for me. What object here we have to create immediately? What is that object here we have to create immediately? Tell me. Configuration object here we have to create. Configuration is equal to new configuration object we created. Now tell me, when you create configuration object, are you able to get all the configuration details to the configuration object, or it is an empty object? What is actually, is it an empty object, or this object contains configuration details as of now? You have to respond for my question. Just it is an empty object. But if we want to get all the configuration details from our configuration object, then what we have to do there? Configuration dot what method here we have to use there? Configure method here we have to use. Configure method. Inside this configure method, now here we have to provide what there? User defined configuration file name. But by default, configure method will search for which configuration file? By default, Hibernate software will search for which configuration file? Hibernate.cfg.xml. But we have not provided hibernate.cfg.xml here. Then we have provided myconfig.xml. So we have to provide that as a parameter to configure method. Okay. Right, sir. Now here we need to provide like what there? Parenthesis. Inside this parenthesis here, what we have to provide there? Name and location of the configuration file. Where is the name and location of the configuration file? Directly it is available under resources folder or not? myconfig.xml. So directly here we can use that. Now here we can use like what there? myconfig.xml. Here I'm able to use like what there? My configuration, myconfig.xml. Same file name or not? Same file name. Whatever the file here we have used there, same file name here we provided. Okay, fine. Finally, all configuration details are available to configuration object. Next one is whenever configuration object has all the configuration details, no, then what object here we have to create there? Next one is which object here we have to create, guys? Come on, you have to answer for my question. Which object here we have to create there? No response, guys. After preparing configuration object, here we have to prepare session factory object or not? Right, sir. To create connections or to create statement objects or to create prepared statement object internally, then we required what there? Here we required directly session factory objects or not? Right, so session factory is required here. Session factory. How we are able to prepare the session factory? Now tell me. Configuration dot build session factory method here we have to use. Okay. Then after that, after creating the session factory object, then what next one here? Now tell me. Come on. After creating session factory object, what we have to create there? Session object here we have to create. Session is equal to session factory dot what's that method here we have to use there? Open session here we have to use. Okay. Open session here we have to use. Okay, fine. Now actually what operation we want to perform, sir, through this HIBERNATE application? Now tell me. What operation I want to perform there? Just I want to perform update operation. Already how to insert the record into the database already we completed. Further two methods are available, save method and persist method. But now I want to update the data. If we want to update the data, then we have to create like what there, we have to access what there, update method. But inside this update method, we have to provide that new object data. That's why let me prepare this employee object. Employee is equal to new employee. Observe carefully. Inside my database now, what data is available here? 111 AA 5000 Hyderabad. 111 data is available. Okay, fine. Now inside this, then what I am able to do there? Employee dot set ENO. Then 111 only. I want to provide the same primary key here. I have to provide now. Okay. Then here. What next one here? We need to provide the remaining data. What remaining data here? We have to provide there employee dot set ename. Already we have AAA, but this time I want to provide what there XXX. Employee dot set ECell. Now here I want to provide what there 6000. Something else like what there 6000. Next one is like what there employee dot set EADDR. Now here I want to provide like what there some Pune. Here I want to provide there. Understand clearly. I need to provide like what there Pune. Pune is a value here. We need to provide there. Right, sir. We need to provide like what there another content here. We have to provide. Right, sir. Now new data I'm providing here. Primary key value is same, but data is different here. Different data here we provided. Then after that, now guys, now tell me. What I have to do there if I want to perform updation now, then what I have to do there now tell me. If I want to perform updation here, then what I have to do there? Tell me. If you want to perform updations now, then what I have to do there? Right, update or save or update methods here we have to use that I know. But now tell me, you only tell me one object is required, guys. To perform updations here, one object is required. Which object is required here? Session.update method only we are going to call. That's okay. But to perform that, we require one object. What object is required here? Exactly. Here, what we require here, transaction object is required clearly. Here, we need to go for what they know, transaction object. Observe carefully. So, first of all, let us create this transaction object. Come on, guys. How we are able to create transaction object here? No. Transaction is equal to what is that method here? We have to use there. Session dot. Two approaches are available. What are the two approaches now? First one is like what there begin transaction. Already in the last case here we have used it there. Okay. Now here already begin transaction we have used it there. Now this time I want to use what there get a transaction that I am able to use. Okay. Then after getting this transaction, guys, then what next one here we have to do there? Then now we need to go for transaction dot what next one here we have to use there begin. Then only transaction is begin here. Now insert this transaction here. What I have to do there now? Tell me. Insert the transaction here. What we have to do there, guys? Now tell me. Now here we have to perform like what they know update operation here. I want to perform. How I'm going to perform this update operation here now? Session dot update method. Where insert this update method, I need to provide like what they know employee object here. I'm going to provide. Okay. Then after that, what next one here we have to do there? Transaction dot. Now I need to go for like what the commit operation here now. When we perform commit operation only, then here we are able to get like what there. We are able to get some output like what there. Sysnod outed println of employee updated successfully. Employee updated successfully. Come on guys, now tell me. Last what we have to do there. When it is updated successfully, then what we have to do there next one? Come on. In general, people are missing this point only. In general. Then we have to close the resources no. Not clear. Session dot close. Session factory dot close. That's it guys. All the things here we provided here. Closing the resources no. That's it, fine. Now let me check this. Is this example is working fine or not? Right, so now here we have to execute this tester.java. Before that, now let me check it in the database. What data is available here? 111 AA 5000 and IDABAT. Okay. Now here 111 for 111 XXX 6000 and Pune. Here, what's the message we are getting? Yes. Now tell me. Employee updated successfully. Employee updated successfully. Where we have to do this? Where we have to check this? Open the database table. Where check the data? Now tell me. Previous data is what there? 111 AA 5000 and IDABAT. Now the present data is what there? 111 XXX 6000 and Pune. Yes, sir. Got my point or not? Right. This is exactly the meaning of like what there update operation there. Okay. Right, sir. Now, for example, understand this update operation here we performed here. Delete from EMP1, commit operation. Guys, now check it now. Select a star from EMP1. How many records are available in the database EMP1 table? How many records are available for this in EMP1 table? Now tell me. How many records are available? No records are available. Am I right or not? Yeah, previously, okay, then we got that required output. No, but again, I'm telling here, no records are available here in the database table. Am I right or not? Okay. But if you want to perform update operation, minimum one record is required or not? If you want to perform update operations now, then what we require here? Minimum one record is required or not? Observe carefully. Minimum one record is required, but record is not available then. When record is not available, then what is going to be happen? I want to execute this program here. Now here we are getting an exception. What exception here we are getting there? Batch update returned unexpected row count from update. Actual row count is 0, but expected 1. That means whenever the record is not available, there what we are getting there no, there what we are getting there and record is not available, there we are getting some exception or not? There we are getting what there some exception here when record is not available, but we are trying to perform updations now. Exception we are getting there. But what is my other requirement here? My requirement is if record is available, then I want to perform updation. If record is not available, then I want to insert that record into the database. That's my requirement. Guys, first of all, what I want to check there, I want to check whether the record is available or not. If the record is available already, on the basis of primary key, record is available already, then what it will do there, it will, if record is available already, then it has to update the data. If record is not available, then what we have to do there, not available, then we have to insert that record here. That is my requirement. So if record is not available, insert the data. If record is available, update the data. To get this option, what method here I have to use? What method here I have to use, guys? Now tell me. There is a method here. There is a method we have to use that. Then what method here we have to use there? If record is not available, insert the data. If record is available, then update the data. Come on, guys. All of you are, they're not responding for me. Are you listening? Are you listening the content? So my requirement is if record is available, it's okay, update it. If record is not available, insert that. So here, what method here we have to use there? That method should be save or update method. What method here we are using, guys? Now tell me, save or update method. The save or update method can be used to insert the record into the database if record is not available. If the record is available, then update the data. Now let me check this, guys, what I'm telling to you. As of now, no data is available here. Let me execute this. Employee updated successful. Record is not available, but then what we are able to get there in the database table now, record is inserted. 111 XXX 6000 and Pune. Like this record is inserted. Say for example, AAA 5000 and Hyderabad. If I provide this data, now tell me this 111 primary key value is available in a record or not? That 111 record is already existed or not? 111 record is already existed. When 111 record is already existed here, I want to perform updations now with new data. AA 5000 and Hyderabad. Now here XXX 6000 and Pune. The data is available, but now I want to update the data. For that purpose, here we have to execute this program there. Now here we are getting that output like what their employee updated successfully. Let us check this one whether the updations are happened really or not. 111 AAA 5000, that updations are available. Right, so now this is what exactly the difference between save or update method. Save or update method. Previously we have used what there, save method, that means update method. Let me make it as comment here. Then we have used it. Yes, Abhishek, definitely. I'll show you in that point also in the future, not immediately. Separate session object we have to get, separate session factory object we have to get, separate configuration object we have to get, separate configuration file we have to provide. Everything is a separate only. Okay. Right, sir. Then after that, what next one again after completion of this? This is about like what the save or update method. Now again, update operation is performed or not, I want to check this. Yeah, 5000 and added 111 yeah 5000 and added that update operation here we are getting that. Right, sir. Save or update method already we understood clearly. Now here we have a question now. What about this question here? Let me go for another example here. Application 02 employee.java. At starting point, I'm giving these applications to this one, guys. Next one is when class are going to be happen in the future. I'm not going to copy and paste these resources now. Okay. Right, sir. employee.hvm.xml myconfig.xml test.java. Why sir? Then already videos I'm providing to you. Try to check that videos. Through that videos you can practice these examples. Alright, sir. This is what exactly the content here I'm giving there about this total part. Okay. Guys, up to now what we completed here now? Only two examples here we completed here. Save persist, then what next one here now? Update, save or update. These methods here we completed now. Now here we have one important interview question here. What is my question now? What is the difference between update and save or update methods? What is the difference between update, save or update? Answer is what there. If we use save method, sorry, update method. If you use update method, then Hibernate software will perform update operation on the existed record. If record is not existed, if record is not existed, if record is not existed, then what we have to do now? Then Hibernate software will raise an exception. That's it, guys. Next one is if we use save or update method, if we use save or update method, it will save object in a database when record is not existed. A database. Then what next one here? It will update a record in database when the record is existed in a database. When record is available in database, then it will perform update operation. When record is not available, then it will perform what they know, just a save operation here. For this particular reason here, we are having what they know, this particular save or update method. Okay. Right, sir. Okay. Right, Melvin. Alright, guys. Now this is what exactly the point I said to you. Then already practicals also here be shown then. Okay. Right, guys. Then remaining point I will discuss with you tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to understand it. Guys, on Saturday I may not go for the class for you. Saturday, November 26th. Some maintenance is going to be happen in the webinar there. Webinar will not work there on that particular day. So on Saturday, 26th, this Saturday, class may not be possible there because of this webinar maintenance care. Okay. Then on that day, then I'm not going to take any class there. Okay. And one more thing I'm telling there, on Saturday, if that webinar maintenance is going on there, I'm not guarantee about this link, present link what we are using there. So link is going to be changed. Maybe Monday, new link. We have to join with new link guys. Anyway, our admin people will send that new link details to you. Those who registered for this course there. So Monday onwards, you have to join with that new link. Understand it now? Because of this webinar maintenance, that link is going to be expired. So on Monday onwards, that new link is going to be provided to you. Directly, you will get a mail with the new link information so that you can attend for the classes with new link on Monday. Tomorrow, I'm going to take this session. Saturday, not possible. Anyway, okay. Monday onwards, you have to go for with new link. But meanwhile, our admin people will send a new link information to you regarding this. Thank you. Thanks a lot. I'll meet on tomorrow.